Should parents let them soar just because they want to?
Yes, she died. People died.
But she died at 7.
An hour you and the kids will be talking about. How young is too young? And now, Elizabeth Vargas and John Stossel.
Good evening and welcome to 2020 at our new earlier hour. Do you remember begging your parents to let you do something? Maybe something dangerous or too grown up? The answer was often no, but no is not the answer that was given by the parents you'll meet tonight.
As you judge their decisions, ask yourself, how young is too young to let children take risks, even if they could be hurt or worse? Chris Conley starts us off in Hollywood, where the lives of young performers often go off the rails. How can one family keep their teenage star safe?
With its skyrocketing ratings, pandemonium at personal appearances, and now a sold-out concert tour on tap, Disney Channel's Hannah Montana has been a tween dream come true. Not just for its star Miley Cyrus, but also for co-star Emily Osment, who plays Hannah's best friend, Lily.
Ooh, diabolical, or should I say, diabolical?
You shouldn't say anything.
It didn't hit me until I did like a signing back in Pennsylvania. Disney flew me out to do a signing, and there were 7,000 people waiting outside the mall.
Big smile.
Now 15, sister to Oscar-nominated child actor Haley Joel Osment.
Oh my God.
Emily got her big break with this Hannah Montana audition.
And Ashley, is that a zit or are you growing a new head?
It followed a decade of work as an actress
Go faster.
in hit films like Spy Kids 2 and in TV shows like Friends.
Okay, what's your name?
Lalani Miolanovich.
Back then, she was a public school kid living her life. Without the attention and scrutiny success has now brought.
Big smile.
It's hard because when you're in the limelight constantly, you have to do everything right constantly.
Good, perfect.
Because young stardom does bring sacrifices.
Yeah, excellent. Really, really good.
Emily doesn't miss a move at this photo session for the tween zine Tiger Beat, but its editor knows any public appearance leaves even a tween star open for vicious, web-based criticism.
It's hard now with the internet because every time a star goes outside, they're being picked apart, their hair, their clothes. To go through that when you're 13, 14, 15 years old, that can be devastating.
So Emily has to steer clear of much of the web, including MySpace, where Emily has nothing to do with fan-created sites like these.
And that's so scary, and MySpace and Facebook and AIM and all that. I'm just really not into that. If you want to have a friendship, see them face to face. You know, that's the best kind of friendship.
Yet face-to-face friend time is also a challenge, now that Emily has left school and opted instead for private tutoring.
It's a little tough because I don't get to see my friends at school anymore, but I see them on the weekends and we hang out all the time. You know, it's sort of like when you get back from the Emmys and you get back from shooting an awesome day at work and you're like, well, Emmys or a dance?
But it's no secret how many of these tween tales have unhappy endings. Emily's coming of age at a time when young stars from only a few years ago can now be found in rehab, in family court, or just indecent. Names like Lindsay Lohan, Britney Spears. Do their examples give you pause?
No, because you can find those kids even if you turn the camera someplace else. And I don't think that the industry is what makes bad things happen to people.
Yet Emily's father, Eugene Osment, knows how important that how young is too young question can be, especially because his daughter is in the public eye.
Emily, on your right here.
So he finds himself doing what some showbiz parents have found very hard to do, saying no. When do you have to say to Emily, you know, you're too young?
I don't believe that kids should be driving at 16. I've said no to that.
Now, how old are you now?
I'm 15.
Now, does this mean you get to be in driver's ed yet?
Does it, Dad? I don't know. I want to drive, but it's one of those things where I'm not begging every day that I get, oh, I want to drive. It's just, you know, hey. But But yes,
Come on,
I
you're
want to
dying to drive.
I am dying to drive, but I'm not letting him know that. If he wants to know how badly I want to drive, then he won't let me.
How about going out with guys on a date?
Not till I'm 30. See, I want to drive. I'm being good.
She's not going to be dating until she's 16.
Sure, in the future, of course, but right now I'm just so busy. I have a ton of great guy friends. We just sit and play Guitar Hero for hours. So.
But there is one substance abuse problem they are battling.
The biggest battles on No is what she eats. And it isn't anything other than just the sugar. And when we stand down at the set, she'll grab whatever has sugar sprinkled on it in the morning, and I'll say,
We just did an episode where Mitchell, who plays Oliver, has diabetes, and he can't have any sugar. And I was forced to eat anything he even looked at. And so all day I was shoving cupcakes in my mouth. I had so much sugar that night.
Do you think it's because you've set those boundaries on those three things that you don't have to worry about her with regard to the other stuff?
I've never had to tell her no to drugs or alcohol. I guess all I can say to follow that up is she knows better. Perhaps she does know that there are already boundaries set.
But there's no end to her energy. She goes goth in the Haunting Hour DVD and will shoot a new movie for Disney Channel, owned like ABC by the Walt Disney Company. Emily says you can't be too young for a fully scheduled life.
I wouldn't want to be at home and just sitting and doing nothing. I'd rather be so busy than be completely bored.
Every teenager in America is sitting at home doing nothing.
Yeah, and that's why they need to realize that I'm so happy because I've got stuff lined up every single day until next spring, basically, and that involves friends and that involves work and school and everything. And so I love being busy. Busy is great.
I'm so happy because I'm living my life and I don't think about it.